What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Ash Between the Stars coming back at you with another build video. This time we're going to be updating the Conditional Finality build that I had built about a week ago now. This one is way more better, and I mean way more better. Okay, it is awesome. Hopefully you guys are having an exquisite Thursday evening, afternoon, day, morning, whatever it is whenever you decide to watch this video. I'm having a great one, as always, because I get to bring content to you guys. So I appreciate you guys. Appreciate all my subscribers that I have so far. You guys are making this a dream come true, and I really appreciate you guys. So thank you for me being well received. And as always, your comments, your likes, your subs, your shares, they go a very long way. And I appreciate you guys doing that for me. Doing that for us, because I'm trying to build a community, fresh faces, all that good stuff like that, and play with you guys. Also, I will be moving over to Kick here in a little bit. I still want to get kind of things going on YouTube first, but I will be going over to Kick. That way I can share these moments with you guys, interact with you guys, and all that good stuff like that. All right, enough of that intro. Let's get things underway, shall we? Today, we're talking the Conditional Finality 2.0. Hopping right into this build, right? It's going to be amazing. So... yeah, it's time to upgrade one of the most wildest hunter builds that I think I've built on Destiny 2. We're going to go right back into the Prismatic class again, when we're combining Solar and Stasis to freeze, ignite, and absolutely dominate any PvE activity, okay? I'm talking basically infinite Withering Blades, ignition chain grenades, thanks to the Gunpowder Gamble, and invisibility loops, thanks for Stylus Executioner for that. And the setup gives you overshields, gives you radiant, and it gives you restoration, all in one go. All right, so let's break this build down piece by piece, and by the end of this, you're going to be a walking elemental storm, fire and ice, heaven and hell, however the hell you want to look at it. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So with the Prismatic Hunter, boys and girls, we're jumping right into the abilities. We're using Gambler's Dodge, because anytime you dodge, no matter where you're at, it doesn't have to be by enemies anymore. You refund your melee energy, and thanks to our melee stat, you get a ton of it back. Okay, you get a ton of it back. I'm going triple jump here because I like the triple jump. It's just my favorite thing. Withering Blade, the go-to melee for this, obviously. They are stasis shurikens that slow down and chain and bounce between targets. And with our exotic, they do way more than that. The Mask of Fealty, we'll talk about that in a little bit. For the grenades, a solar grenade, this is a swarm one. A solar grenade that bursts into little bitty tiny drones and scorches enemies on impact. Alright, and the trick here is looping grenade and melee energy, and this setup does it effortlessly. Okay, it really does. It's pretty incredible. Moving on to the aspects, we're using Stylus Executioner because it gives us invisibility when we defeat debuffed enemies, and while invisible, our next melee weakens enemies, so that's pretty freaking badass. That creates a loop of debuffs, invisibility, and weaken, right? So as you're doing this, Gunpowder Gamble, which is our next aspect, is going to charge up in the background, and whenever it's ready, you'll have a solar grenade. You can throw it out in midair and shoot it, and it will do massive fire damage, right? Ignitions and things. So with Stylus Executioner and Gunpowder Gamble, this gives us crowd control, right? We can chain explosives together, we can stay invisible, and just keep our melee looping, right? It's pretty dang insane. Moving on to the fragments, because we're using that Prismatic class, we had the Facet of Protection. All right, this is really good for just high-level mobs and stuff like that. You get damage resistance, right? Especially whenever you're surrounded. Next, we had the Facet of Ruin, which makes our shatter explosions and our solar ignitions hit harder and in a wider radius. You got to have this on there because it just does insane stuff, right? Next would be the Facet of Courage. Buffs our ability damage against debuffed enemies. Think like slowed enemies or scorched or even frozen enemies. Facet of Dawn. Melee hits make us radiant, and melee kills while we're by people makes them radiant also, which is just a good win-win situation, right? Next we have the Facet of Purpose. Picking up Orbs of Power gives us one of the 5 buffs depending on the super that we are running, and since we're running Golden Gun, we're going to get Restoration, and that is massive. Okay, freaking amazing. Let's go ahead and jump into the exotics of choice here, right? The weapon that I've chose for this is the Sunshot. It also has the catalyst on it, which increases the range and the stability. Amazing. This is a great gun for this because every kill causes an ignition chain reaction, right? And the catalyst also boosts the range, so if you don't have that, don't worry about it. It's still completely viable, but you can notice the difference in the catalyst and not having it. and it synergizes with Radiant and Gunpowder Gamble like absolute crazy. Okay, so the Sunshot is a damn good build for this. And we're paying homage to the Solstice event right now, so yeah, Sunshot it is. You can use Devil's Ruin, you can use a Polaris Lance, but Sunshot, if you want the most bang for your buck, this is the way to go, personally. Next, we have the one and only beautiful Mask of Fealty. Right, every bounce from the Withering Blade gives us 7.5% melee energy, and you could see it ticking up. It's pretty insane. And the first and the third bounces of our stasis of the shurikens make stasis crystals. So that means melee, make crystals, shoot them, get an overshield, and grenade regeneration, because your improved ability regeneration will start happening after that. And this is how it just keeps things flowing, keeps loops going, and it makes Withering Blade the star of the show. And the Sunshot is just incredible. So couple these two together, you kind of get the best of both worlds. You know what I mean? So talking about the armor mods, let's go ahead and jump into that. I have the Harmonic Siphon here, so rapid solar weapon final blows create an orb of power, which we're using a Sunshot, and we're going to get a lot of them. Okay. I have hands-on, gain bonus super energy on melee kills, also hands-on. You can obviously put ashes to assets if you want on here. This is what I'm rocking currently. Matter of fact, I am going to switch that out. Now I'm sitting here thinking about it. Going on to the arms, we have the grenade font to make our grenades hit harder. I have fastball so that we can get that gunpowder gamble way out there as quick as humanly possible. And I have heavy-handed, right? Your powered melee final blows create orbs of power. It's either one of these. You can honestly swap out the melee font for the firepower mod if you'd like to have both of those abilities be able to generate orbs of power. Completely up to you. I'm gonna put that on just because, right? But it's completely up to you. Going to the armor piece, activity dependent resist mods. You know what I'm saying? I do have a solar holster on this. That way I can regenerate ammo with my Sunshot just in case it's stowed and I'm using my other weapons. All right. Going on over to the bootsies, I have Innervation, reduce grenade cooldown each time you pick up an orb of power. Better already, your health begins to regenerate immediately after picking up an orb of power. And Innervation again, which reduces grenade cooldown each time you pick up an orb of power. So a question would be, why do you not have anything that reduces melee cooldown? You don't need it. You don't need it at all, alright? You just need the grenade stuff. So, yeah, believe me, this is great. And on your class item, I have Distribution, reduce all ability cooldowns when using your class ability near targets. I have Bomber, reduce grenade cooldown when using your class ability. And I have Reaper, shortly after using your class ability, dodge. Next weapon final blow spawns an orb of power, right? Just keeps it all going. So this setup is going to literally feed you orbs, which feed your loop, right? So it's pretty dang gnarly, pretty amazing. But next on the list, the stat breakdown. So preferably, depending on how you want to lean into this, you can either have your melee be your top priority stat, or you can have your grenade be your top priority stat. I'm choosing to have my grenade be my top priority stat, and my melee be my second priority stat, and then my super being my third, and then class and weapons kind of, on the fourth slot there. These two are very interchangeable depending on what you want to do. This is just the way that I have it set up right now, okay? Because we want to focus on spamming grenades and melees, and the higher that these two stats are, the more cracked your uptime is, and that's just the way it is, right? But it's completely up to you. However, these two, first priority, whichever one. Then you do super, and then you do class and everything else, okay? So just make it how you want to make it, right? But this is currently what I'm using right now, and it absolutely just shreds. I keep forgetting to do the class, or not the class, the seasonal artifact in these videos, so I'm going to do it here. This is what I'm currently rocking. Column 1, Anti-Barrier Scout and Pulse, Unstoppable Sidearm and Hand Cannon, Overload for Autos and SMGs. Column 2, Flame, Fiber, and Freeze, combine Solar Strand and Solar Stasis Siphon mods into one. Diviner's Discount, or Divineer's Discount, however you want to pronounce that. All Scavenger mods are discounted. This is good. And then you have column 3, Fever and Chill. You also have or Rapid Precision hits with Solar Weapons grant Radiant. Amazing. And then Rapid Precision hits with Stasis Weapons grant Frost Armor. And you have Reciprocal Draw. Rapid non-sidearm final blows grant sidearms a period of increased damage for a short time upon next draw. I do have a sidearm I like to use, so this kind of just bounces in and out with that. This can be interchanged for whatever you really want. Doesn't matter. Next, on the fourth column, we have Cauterized Darkness. Stasis and Strand debuff non-boss combatants take increased solar damage from all sources. So if you're throwing your Withering Blade out and it hits things and freezes a bunch of stuff, and then you have your Gambler's Dodge, not Gambler's Dodge, Gunpowder Gamble come out, it does increase damage. It's insane. Add clear for days, right? Elemental Daze. Stunning a champion with an elemental weapon creates an elementally aligned explosion, applying a matching elemental debuff to them to and nearby targets. It's just amazing if you're playing in a fire team up. You don't have to have it, but I chose to get it because it comes in handy. Elemental Coalescence is one you definitely want. Defeating targets has a chance to create an elemental pickup, matching your equipped super element. Pretty gnarly. Next is Radiant Shrapnel. Dealing sustained weapon damage while radiant, or defeating a Scorch combatant with a weapon causes this target to release solar projectiles that deal damage and scorch on impact. Amazing. Gotta have it, right? Gotta have it. Lastly, Shield Crush. While you have Woven Mail, Frost Armor, or Void Armor Shield, your melee recharges faster and deals increased damage. When you are Amplified or Radiant, your grenade recharges faster and deals increased damage. All this stacks up and just makes it a real, like, it's built to reinforce everything we're already doing, right? So, yeah, pretty damn nutty. But we're going to talk about the gameplay loop. I'm going to throw it... I'm just going to put it into some gameplay. But the gameplay loop is you melee, okay? You dodge. By the time you kill some things, you have your Gunpowder Gamble up and ready. You throw that, right? You throw your Storm Grenade after the fact. You go kill something. You go invisible. You go radiant. You get your resto. You pick up your orbs. And then you repeat until the entire room is either frozen over or covered in ash or both. You know what I'm saying? But this build gives you power, it gives you survivability, and non-stop ability uptime. I mean, you're going to be shocked how many Withering Blades you can throw and how many Gunpowder Gambles and Swarm Grenades you're having, along with your class ability being up. Conditional Finality 2.0, it's way harder than the original, and this time, like I said, we're taking it hybrid. We're doing a bit of both, right? Making it happen. So let me know down in the comments if you're running Prismatic or still sticking with your classic subclasses, and if you're rocking the Mask of Fealty, or if not, I just made you try it. Okay, I want to hear about it. I want to be engaged with you guys. I love commenting back and forth. As you can see, I comment on every single one of your guys' posts all the time because I want you to know that I'm a real human and real humans talk to real humans. You know what I mean? But I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna have some gameplay coming up next, so thank you so much again for checking out the channel, checking out my video, being here along on this ride with me. Appreciate all you guys. Love y'all very much. Y'all take care. Have an amazing day. Go out there and turn everything into ash and ice. Ash between the stars. Out. Peace.